most part, Muslims will spend their day much like, anyone else on earth, really. They work, they play, they eat, they do their chores, they sleep, etc. So what exactly makes the life of a Muslim so much different to that of a non-Muslim? What is it? One of the most obvious parts of a day in the life of a Muslim are the 5 daily prayers, regular intervals in which a Muslim will pause to face the holy city of Mecca and converse with his or her Lord. But aside from this, what's so unique about Muslims, really? Well, one thing is taqwa, God consciousness or God wariness. A Muslim is obliged to aim to be God conscious throughout the day. The most basic and fundamental part of taqwa is to refrain from haram or forbidden things and to fulfill the wajib or compulsory acts. At a restaurant, a Muslim will be looking for the food which is not haram, like pork. When dressing up, Muslims will generally endeavor to wear clothes which reflect chastity and the Islamic identity. When visiting the bank, a Muslim will avoid interest as far as possible. When invited to a party where alcohol is going to be served, a Muslim will excuse him or herself. There are minor adjustments that any Muslim with the basics of taqwa will experience, and these such things act as a means for his or her constant awareness and growing connection with their Creator. But it goes further than that, for Islam is a religion which caters for even the most minute details in a Muslim's life. For a Muslim who wants to go the extra mile and who wishes to build their relationship with Allah even more, they won't only avoid haram and fulfill their wajib obligations, rather they will also endeavor to fulfill the mustahab or the recommended acts and avoid the makruh or the disliked actions. Okay, let's give a pretty mundane and basic example, yeah? Eating, sleeping, or even visiting the bathroom when nature calls. Before starting a meal, it's part of the prophetic tradition or the sunnah to recite Bismillah in the name of Allah and to begin with a pinch of salt. Now, as well as having health benefits, this seemingly trivial action again ensures that the Muslim is attentive at all times toward his or her Lord. Before sleeping, it is recommended to recite a verse of the Holy Quran, particularly the final verse of Surah Al-Kahf. If not, then the 4 quls of the Holy Quran, the 4 small surahs that begin with Qul, or any verse such as Ayat al-Kursi or even just Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in the name of Allah. A Muslim remembers Allah even before going to sleep. That's the point. Eating, visiting the bathroom, sleeping, all these things are mundane, usual necessities of life. For any other person, they remain just that. But for a Muslim, these things become yet another means for their closeness and proximity to their Lord. In other words, the day in the life of a Muslim transcends the usual and actually becomes a purpose-driven and meaningful phenomenon. What about something even more seemingly trivial, huh? Like trimming your fingernails. That's something everyone does, right? Well, even this has been given special care and attention in the religion of Islam. There's a special day of the week it should be performed, like Friday. And there's even a specific methodology as per the sunnah that each fingernail of each finger should be trimmed. And there are many, many, many more examples which we do not have time to cover right now, really. The bottom line is that for a non-Muslim, many of life's trivial activities such as bathing, eating, going to the barber, shopping for daily groceries, playing sports or work or, working out, etc. are just that. Trivial activities, but for a Muslim, all such activities are in fact transformed from being nothing to being acts of worship. When a Muslim wants to eat and recites Bismillah or takes a pinch of salt with the intention of pleasing Allah, his eating becomes an act of worship. When a Muslim wants to sleep, if he recites a verse of the Quran before doing so with the intention of getting closer to Allah, then sleeping becomes an act of worship. Because a Muslim endeavors to obey Allah, he or she will try his best to never tell a lie. A Muslim is commanded to be strikingly upright in society, to be honest, truthful, and to keep to his or her words and promises, even if it may be to their own detriment. Furthermore, a Muslim is not someone who remains indifferent to injustice or to the suffering of others. Every Muslim is required to be a kind of superhero, standing up for the oppressed wherever they may be. That's right, real superheroes don't necessarily wear capes. Islam recommends that a Muslim spends his time learning, gaining knowledge, acquiring good things for this world and the hereafter. So, in a nutshell, how is a day in the life of a Muslim different from that of a non-Muslim? In one sentence, it's not different at all. In another sentence, it makes all the difference.